Welcome back to our biology classes. Yes, this is Divya Kanimali and I'm going to lead the biology classes for you guys, right? So today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is transportation in animals and plants. Right students, transportation. What do you mean by transportation? Yes, transportation means, yes, the substances will be moved from one place to another place. We have seen transportation is where the things from one area is being carried out to the different areas, where we are going to use trucks, lorry, tractor, vehicles, different types of automobiles we are going to use for the transportation of the essential goods from one place to another place, right? At the same time, it is very important to understand how the transportation is being taking place in our body. Ma'am, do you have any vehicles in our body? No, not at all, students. Yes, there is no vehicles in our body, but yet this transportation is being carrying out in our body. So how it is being happening, how the substances are being moving from one place to another place and how it happens, let us learn in this chapter. Yes students, all organisms need food, oxygen and water for their survival, right? As we know that, yes, we can only survive in presence of these substances, right? So in absence of food, we can't survive. In absence of water, we can't survive. And at the same time, as we are aerobic organisms, that means we are going to break down the food only in the presence of oxygen. So we are aerobic organisms, only can survive in the presence of oxygen, right? So these substances, these molecules plays a very important role in our survival. Then we know that the food is being present in the intestine, right? So where the digestion will be completed, so the existence of food we can see in the small intestine, right? So it is very important to transport this food which is present in the intestine to the different parts of our body. At the same time, the oxygen which is present inside the lungs, it should be supplied to the different parts of the body, so that only all the cells of us will be active and they can produce the energy, right? So at the same time, all these functions will take place only in the presence of water, right? So our body, about 75% it is made up of water, means it is filled up of water. So water plays very important role in carrying out all the different types of metabolic activities in our body. So by this you are very clear that this transportation of molecules from one place to another place is very important, right? So how come this transportation is being carried out in our body? Yes, there is a system in our body which is facilitating in transportation of these substances from one part of the body to the different parts of our body, right? So it includes the heart and the blood vessels. So you can see the red and blue lines, right? So these are the different types of blood vessels. Okay, we are going to understand in detail about that. So this is the heart, right? Where do you find your heart? Yes, this is present on your left side. Okay, so in your chest region on your left side, you will be having a pumping machine which is nothing but the heart, right? So a heart and the blood vessels together involved, or they are functioned in transportation in our body. That means the substances which are present in our body is being transported from one part of the body to another part of the body by the help of the heart and blood vessels. Okay, so by these two we are able to transport the substances from one part of the body to another part of the body. So the heart, blood vessels and the blood will form the circulatory system. What does the circulatory system is made up of? It is including the blood vessels and the heart. So these three components will lead to the formation of this circulatory system. Now students, we are going to learn most interesting topic, that is about blood. So let us understand, it is very important to know what do you mean by blood, what do you mean by blood vessels, what do you mean by heart, what are their key role in transportation. Let us learn, right? So first we are going to see the transportation in animals, then let's go with the plants, right? So in circulatory system, let's go with the blood first. Students, sometime while playing or while doing some activities, you might have got injuries, right? For example, you're playing in the ground, meanwhile you have skipped and you have fallen on the ground, right? So during that time, an injury may takes place on your elbow, right? So where you can see a red colored fluid will be coming out from your body. Yes, students, this is what a blood, right? So when you have an injury over your body, so at any part of your body, so even you have a injury here or on the knees or on the tip of your toes, whatever may be the part, so you can see the arising of blood from that part where it is being damaged or being injured. So you can see that means the blood is being present in all over our body, means it is being distributed all over our body. So this is nothing but the blood. So students, what is the color of the blood here? Yes, very good. It is a red in color, right? So the red colored blood is being present in our body. So why ma'am? Why are you asking like that? Blood will be always in red? No students, not all organisms will have a red blood. Okay, there are some organisms which are having white blood. Okay, there are some organisms which are having blue colored blood, right? So by this you can understand that the red colored blood is present in human beings, right? So in us we have a red colored blood, and in cockroach you know, right? So in cockroaches they are having a white colored blood, and you might have seen octopus, right? So in octopus it will be having a blue colored blood. So don't come into a conclusion that all organisms will have blood and always it will be in red, right? So I think you are clear with this idea, right? So when you see here, when you saw the blood, what type it is? Yes, it is in fluid state. It is in a liquid state. So blood is the fluid which flows in the blood vessels. So where do you find the blood? Blood will be found inside the blood vessels. So I said that these lines, whatever we have drawn from the heart, which were being distributed to all the different parts of our body, yes, these are what? The blood vessels. So inside the blood vessels, what you find? Inside the blood vessels, we can find the blood, in which state the blood will be? Yes, the blood will be in a fluid state. Okay, so this blood, it is in a fluid state which is being flowing in the blood vessels. So when you see here, what does the blood will do actually? So the blood is involved in transportation. So mainly the transportation in our body is being carried out by whom? Yes, it is done by blood. So when you see here, the digested food is present in the small intestine, which will be carried out to the different parts of the body by the help of the blood. At the same time, the oxygen which is present inside the lungs, it is being carried out to the different parts of our body, that is each and every cell of our body is being done by the help of the blood. At the same time, see, by process of respiration, we produce water and we produce carbon dioxide, right? So these are some of the, when we have excess water, even in the form of respiration while breathing, yes, we will eliminate some sort of water, okay, along with the carbon dioxide, right? So these carbon dioxide, as we know that it is toxic to our body, it is very important to eliminate from our body, right? So to eliminate this carbon dioxide from our body is also a very important task, right? So even this task, even this work is also being done by the blood. Okay, not only that, so many different types of metabolic activities, I can say n number of metabolic activities will take place in our body, okay, to make us survive, right? So these metabolic activities will sometimes lead to the production of the harmful waste. Okay, that means waste means what here? The byproducts, whatever produced by this metabolic activity. Students, metabolic activities means nothing but the chemical reactions which are taking place in our body. So I can say these chemical reactions are the biochemical reactions, why it is taking place inside the living organisms. Okay, so the biochemical activities, whatever taking place inside an organism is called as metabolic activities. So during this metabolic activities, it will lead to the production of many waste materials which are toxic or which are not required to our body. Those substances should also be removed from our body. So there is a special system in our body which is mainly involved in disposal of these waste materials. Okay, even that we'll also learn in this topic. Okay, in this lesson we are also going to learn about that. So to collect all these waste materials from different parts of our body, that is from each and every cell, okay, and not only collection, it should be moved to the place where it is being disposed out. Right? So all this work is being done by the single master, that is blood. Okay, so you understood till here, right? So the blood plays a very important role in the transportation of these materials, whatever. So food, oxygen, water, carbon dioxide and the waste substances. All these are being transported to the different parts of our body by the means of blood. Okay students, we understood that the blood plays a very important role in transportation of this food, oxygen, water and other waste materials from one part of the body to another part of the body. Actually, how does the blood carry various substances? What makes the blood to carry these substances from one part of the body to another part of the body? Yes, let us learn. Right? So students, when you see the blood, it is mainly composed of three main components. So the blood is mainly composed of how many components? Three. So there are three main components that are present in the blood. So what are those? The blood is made up of plasma, cells and the platelets. Platelets are also a type of a cells. Yes, when we had a cut, right? So when we had a cut, you can see the blood is in what state? It is in fluid state, right? So the blood is composed of a fluid which we call it as a plasma. So the plasma, the blood which is in liquid state, no? So this liquid state of blood is due to what? Due to presence of plasma. So what does the plasma will do? Plasma will help in suspending the other cells into it. Okay, so when you want to make a juice, okay, or when you wanted to make some custard, right? So you are going to take a milk as a base, where inside of milk you will be adding the different types of fruits which you wish, right? So here the milk which we are going to use for preparation of custard, it is playing an important role in suspending the fruits into it, right? At the same time, the blood which is having the plasma, no? So this plasma will also act as a medium where other different types of cells will be suspended into it, right? So the blood is composed of a fluid which is called as plasma. So in this plasma, all the different types of cells are being suspended in it. Okay, not only that, the substances like carbon dioxide, food, okay, other different types of salts and essential molecules are also being suspended. In which form? They will be present in dissolved form. So inside a plasma, these substances will be dissolved, and these substances, as they are dissolved in the plasma, so these will be able to carry from one place to another place when the blood is moving from one part to another part, right? So along with that, what else the plasma will have? Even along with that, it is having the cells. It is having the cells. So these cells are nothing but the RBC and WBC platelets. So the three different types of cells are being suspended in the plasma of a blood. What are those? RBC, WBC and platelets. So I said the cells, right? So let us understand. So what does RBC means? RBC stands for red blood cells. Okay, when you see the injured part, you might have seen the blood flows, right? So this blood is in which color? Red color. So the red color of the blood is due to what? Due to presence of what cells in our blood? Yes, students, this is because of presence of RBC cells inside the blood will gain the red color. Okay, so you need to remember the full form of RBC, that is red blood cells. So when you see here these red blood cells, yes, these red blood cells have a protein in it. Okay, so due to presence of this particular protein, the blood is red in color. Do you know what type of protein it is? It is a globular protein which is having a iron in it. Okay, so this particular protein which is having a iron, we call it as a hemoglobin. What it is? Hemoglobin. So hemoglobin, it is a red pigment. Pigment means what? Color. Okay, so hemoglobin, it is a red pigment which is present inside our RBC cells. Due to presence of this pigment inside the RBC cells, that is the red blood cells, looks red in color. So what is the function of RBC cells here? So RBC cells, if you see here, as it is having a hemoglobin in it, hemoglobin binds effectively with the oxygen. As it is binding effectively with the oxygen, yes, it is going to carry this oxygen to the different parts of the body wherever it requires. That is, it is being transported to the each and every cell of the body, because the hemoglobin is going to carry what? It is going to carry the oxygen. Now you understood, right? How does the oxygen is being supplied to different parts of the body? Yes, the oxygen is binding to the hemoglobin pigment which is present in the red blood cells. Okay, along with the hemoglobin, yes, the oxygen will be transported to the different parts of our body. Understood? Yes. So why does hemoglobin is red in color? Do you know? Yes, students, due to presence of iron molecules inside the hemoglobin protein, yes, it is giving a red color to the blood. Understood? Yes. So when you see, there is a other type of cells also present inside the plasma, right? What is that type? That is white blood cells. Why it is got white blood cells, right? As it is not having any type of pigment in it. As it is having red pigment in it, so it got a red color. So we gave the name red blood cells. But in this white blood cells, WBC stands for what? White blood cells. So as there is no pigment inside the white blood cells, okay, so we gave the name as a white blood cells. So there are also white blood cells which are present inside the plasma. So if you see these white blood cells, there are different types of white blood cells that are present in the plasma of a blood. So where you see here, these WBC cells are smaller in size than the RBC cells. You understood? So RBC is only single type of cells. WBC it is having different types. WBC cells are of 5 types. So these 5 types you will be learning in the 9th standard. Okay. So there is different types of WBC cells which are present, which are colorless. So we gave the name white blood cells. So what does a white blood cell will do? A white blood cell is acting as a fighter in our body. Okay, so do we require this fighter? Yes, students, it is very important to have a white blood cells in our body. So we are exposed to the environment, and the chance of invading the different types of foreign materials into our body is taking place each and every second when we breathe, when we talk, when we survive on this earth, right? So as these foreign particles are being entering our body, it is very important to kill or destroy those foreign particles from our body, right? So this fighting or this destruction of the unwanted foreign particle, whatever entering our body, is being done by whom? It is done by the WBC cells. So I can say, instead of W here, instead of white, W stands for white, right? I can say warriors. These are the warrior blood cells. Why? Because they are involved in the war of destruction of the foreign particles, whatever entering our body, right? So you understood, right? So they are playing a very important role in fighting against the germs, whatever entering our body. Okay. So you understood what are the cells? Yes, in cells we have RBC and WBC, right? So not only that, students, sometimes when we are playing, as I am saying, from that time, when you have a cut, the blood will ooze out from your body, right? Do the blood will ooze out from your body continuously for longer duration? No, right? So at particular time, the blood will stop bleeding, right? So the oozing out of this blood will stop. Why it is going to happen? Why? Because there are some cells which are playing a very important role here. And not only that, you can see that at the area where you had a cut, right? So there you can see the formation of a lump. Okay, so you can see the formation of a clot there, where it looks a reddish brown color. Okay, reddish brown color, a thick mat like appearance will be formed on your cut, where due to formation of that clot, you can see the oozing out of the blood will stop. Understanding? Yes. So this formation of clot, to prevent the excessive bleeding from our body, is being done by a special type of cells that are present in our body, that are nothing but the platelets. So platelets, these are very much essential to our body. Okay, so students, as we understood that the blood plays this much of varieties of vital functions in our body, then if we lose our blood when we got any hurt, or when we are being involved in any accidents and all, So if the blood is being lost continuously, these all functions will be stopped, right? So without this, we can't do anything, right? Our cells will not work if they are not having energy, right? So to obtain energy, they require food. Okay, to break down this food to produce energy, they require water and oxygen, right? So all these functions will stop. So the platelets are very, very important here, right? So they are involved in stopping the bleeding. Okay, excessive bleeding. Okay, so these are involved in formation of clotting of blood, which will prevent the excessive bleeding from the body. So students, by this we have understood what are the different types of components that are present in the blood. So I think now you got the answer for this question. How does the substances are being carried out? So you understood that the water, food, carbon dioxide are suspended in a dissolved form in the plasma and they are being transported, and the oxygen is being transported by the help of RBC. Understanding? Yes, the WBC and platelets are involved in their own function, right? So this is about the blood and the introduction to the transportation in animals and plants. Right students, let us meet in the next class, and don't forget, give a thumbs up when you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and please do share.